Hey YouTube. So I'm just driving on the road, due to this coronavirus, there's really not much that I can do. I'm a shopper, so I'm usually like out shopping. But the only thing open is Walmart and Target. Dear TJ Maxx and Ross, I miss you. I can't wait to see you again. But I just was driving and I was just thinking like healing is so hurtful. Like I never knew that healing can cause like pain. Like you really have to acknowledge all that you are feeling and your emotions, and really have to recognize all that you've been through, and it's just you relive it, you relive all that hurt and that pain. So it's just healing is tough, but I just want to encourage you to allow yourself to feel that pain. Allow yourself, if you failed at something, it's okay. We all have failed at something, but just don't let that be the reason for you to give up. You just have to keep your head up and keep moving, keep being strong. And even when we feel weak, we are strong. It's just the enemy that wants us to feel like we are weak. We are strong. We all have a purpose. God put us here for a reason, or the Most High, whichever you want to say it. But there is a God. Yes, there is. I am a firm believer. I know I had a lot of dark days, and it's just we just need to be to be able to love ourselves during the healing season, because during my healing season right now, and I just got in the zone of healing. I really am starting to take it serious, because at first I'm some days I'll feel a little bit better, so then I'm just brushing things off, and then the next day I'll just be feeling crappy, really crappy, not wanting to eat, not wanting to sleep, just up, just thinking, brain is running 1,000,000 miles an hour, and I'm just slow down, I'm thinking of things that's unhealthy, and I'm just noticing I have caused people pain that has me in pain now, because it's I'm starting to see the bigger picture. I used to look at life as a 180. I'm only seeing my way of it, but I'm starting to see other people's point, and how I affected people, and things that they done have affected me. And communication is everything, but a lot of us don't know how to communicate, because they say when you communicate, you're supposed to be understanding and be logical and stuff, but a lot of us, we react and we communicate off of emotions, words, things are triggers. Sometimes a person's words can be a trigger to you. They might say things that you don't like, and not too many people are understanding, especially when your feelings is involved and you feeling some type of way. You're not really going to want to hear what the other person has to say, or how the other person is feeling. You're just going to think, well, you did something to make me feel some type of way, so I'm just going to feel the way I want to feel, and however you feel, to hell with it. But it can't be like that. As adults and as people, we need to learn how to restore the compassion, be compassionate, be able to hear one another out, and not just simply feel oh, because you did something to me, I don't want to hear you, or I did something to you, so you don't want to hear me out. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be one-way streets, and that's why we don't heal, and now we hurt and we carry things. Because I've noticed I've been carrying things from my childhood into my adulthood, and I noticed how it affects my way of thinking. I grew up very fearful as a child. I had a lot of trauma, molestation and stuff going on in my life that caused me as a mother to fear for my child. So I became very sheltering of my child, and that just caused me to kind of lose it and go crazy, and just always thinking if she's not around me, something is going to happen, this and that and the third. And then it's just I was in a lot of damaging situations. I won't call it relationships, because I'll go into that later, but I'll just say I was in a lot of damaging situations, to where I had to learn what love was, how to love myself, because I never was really taught to love myself. In it, when you have a dark past, situations in your life can make it hard for you to love yourself. And it took me a long time to really love myself, and genuinely accept me and my flaws and all, because I wanted other people to accept me, but I learned that I was the main person that needed to accept me. I wasn't accepting myself, so I was making it hard for others to accept me. And that's why I say healing, it hurts. Like, the healing process really hurts, because it's like I had to relive all these thoughts, all these things that I've gone through, all these things that I put people through, like things that I'm ashamed of. Like, I had to relive the shame, and it made me feel some type of way. It made me upset, and it made me angry, and it made me depressed, and causing me to, want to commit suicide, and just, like, I was just in a very unhealthy state. And till today, it's really hard for me to express my feelings, because in my mind, I always make myself believe that the next person don't care, because like, I'm a person that I read body language. So if you're not making eye contact with me, or if you just seem to just be like like, if you're not, like, if I don't feel like you're feeling what I'm saying, I'm not going to say anything. I just rather, and I'm the type of person that I like to avoid confrontation. Now, if you want problems, then hey, it's cool. Like, we can bring it. But more so, like, I'm a positive person, so I do my best to avoid confrontation. And that's a lot of times that I let things slide that I shouldn't let slide. Like, times where I should speak up, I haven't spoke up, and I'm learning to finally have my voice and know that my opinion matters, because I always felt like I didn't matter, like my opinion didn't matter, nobody cares. But I'm learning, like, to use that voice and help others understand me more, and I'm learning to understand others more. And you have to talk about things, like, and that's the type of thing, I'm the type of person, I don't want to talk about stuff. Like, I'd rather just try to act like it never happened, because I felt like it was healthier for me, and it was easier because I didn't want to face it. But it's like, the best way to healing is to face the problem, to know that this happened, but this is not going to stop me. Like, yes, I've gone through this, but this is not the final say. Like, it's not the end of the world. Yes, some of us go through worse things than others. Like, some people go through getting beat, as children, or getting beat on as women or men. Some people, like, was talked down on all their life. Like, I never had that confidence in myself, because I never had, people tell me they were proud of me. Until I got older as an adult, I started hearing more from my parents, and my peers, that, they were proud of me, and that, I'm doing a good thing. But I never felt like, I got support, in my dreams and my goals. And I'm really learning that I am 26 years old, and I'm still, like, trying to figure life out, like, because I thought I had life figured all out. I thought that I was just gonna be, like, this professional executive somewhere for a big corporation, and just, bringing in money. Then I also thought about being a doctor and all that. But I'm learning that school is not for me. I can't even focus in school. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to school for this. I keep finding myself going to school, and that's not working out. So it's just like, I'm just learning to be patient with myself, because how the media makes it seem that you have to be in a rush. Everybody makes it seem like if you're not doing this at a certain age, then it's not going to happen for you. But you have to take time with yourself. Like, anything rushed is not worthy. Like, it's not worth it. Like, it's not worth anything when you rush it. But when you put time into things and really, like, learn yourself and really learn what you like and you desire, because I really thought that I was going to be into music and acting and drama, because that's something that I really put my all into. Like, when I write music, I write, from my heart, from my hurt and the pain that I felt. But it's like, I even, like, gave up on music, because music was starting to make me sad and depressed, because I was reliving that hurt. Like, I was reliving that pain. When I would hear it, it would just it would become a trigger to me. So I'm just learning my triggers. And things that I can do, like, ways that I can block out the triggers when it happens to know, like, okay, this happened, but it's time to go. What's the next step? Like, I'm more so looking for solutions, because I will cause myself to get worked up and angry, but it's like, no, now I need a solution. Now I need to make things change. And I know I'm like kind of like all over the place, but I'm just really trying to just like encourage and help people like get healing, and know that healing is not easy. Like, healing is not easy. Like, accepting yourself. Okay, Car, you're getting a little too close to me in the back, but okay. Healing is not as easy as it seems. Like, it's work, and some days you're gonna feel good and some days you're gonna feel bad, but just keep going and keep pushing. Like, right now I'm dealing with a lot of health issues. Like, my body, is going numb. Sometimes I can't feel my hands, and the right side, it's like I read up on it, and it could be strokes and stuff. And like I said, I'm only 26, so I'm trying to get myself together. I've gained a lot of weight from depression, and being on antidepressants and stuff has made me gain a lot of weight. So it's just a lot of stuff that I'm battling, and it makes me feel like giving up. But it's like, I can't give up. I have a child to fight for. I have a 3-year-old daughter that needs me, and I have been to like mental institutions and stuff, and I don't like being in the places, because I really don't feel like the people genuinely care. It's like they want to dope you up on medication when they are supposed to help you, like, understand that what you're going through it's like spiritual warfare. But they don't understand when you're not like physically, when you're not spiritually healthy, you won't know. Like, a person can't understand what you're going through because they don't know. They haven't experienced it. I mean, sure, like, they studied it, they read up on some things, but it's like these people really don't know what you're battling and what you're facing. And I just want to encourage people, like, take some time to really meditate, to really like sit there and be quiet and talk to God or the Most High, whichever you want to label Him, and just take out time for yourself, and then write down things that you want to change, and you'll start noticing things about yourself. You'll start noticing, okay, yeah, I can be better in this, and I really need to learn how to let go of this, and I really am interested in learning this. And you really, when you take the time to meditate and like really be alone and just be quiet, like try to shut out everything in your mind. And that's what I'm working on, like trying to shut out everything in my mind, because when I try to meditate, I start thinking about so much. Like I said, my brain be on a million, like it's just going and going and going and going and going. Like anything I can think, I'm thinking of the impossible. It's just it's crazy, y'all. It's just all over the place. But yeah, just take some time to heal, to meditate, to pray, especially during this time with the corona. It's giving us time to actually like be home, meditating, getting ourselves together, and like really finding yourself. Because you might figure like that job you've been working for 10 years you don't even really like. You might not really even like April, your boss. You might not like how the company is ran. So it's all about like taking time to really figure you out. And healing is a process, and healing is painful, but it's a good thing, because you will really learn and figure out yourself, and it helps you grow as a person. Like, you will really grow as a person. Like, each day I'm growing, although some days I feel like, okay, I need to put in more work or everything, but it's baby steps. It's not like you're gonna wake up one day and everything is gonna be okay. No, you're gonna notice little changes in yourself. You're gonna see your growth. You're gonna see that you're healing, but it's not going to be overnight. Like, it takes time and it takes work, and you got to really want the healing, because a lot of us are stuck in the past, and a lot of us, I'll say, we don't want to be healed because we're angry, we're bitter. But it's just like, you're gonna get over like that anger and that bitter when you really take the time to heal. Because it's like, I was angry, I was bitter, I was hating people, like I was wishing people would die, like that did things to me, like, you know, I was wishing that I would die at a point in time, like, you know, because I'm just so mad at myself and so mad at the things that I've allowed. But I had to accept that I allowed them, and it made me wiser to where I won't let things like that take place anymore in my life. Like I won't let that have any space in my life anymore. And we just gotta make space for what's good for us, and we gotta exit out what's bad. If it's not making you happy, if it's not healthy, if it doesn't bring you joy, you gotta learn how to let it go and grow, because that's the only way. You know, people are just so caught up in competition and, you know, trying to be better than everybody, when it's like the only person that you need to be better than is the person that you are. Like, practice on making you better every day, because that's the real goal. Like, bettering ourselves, because when we better ourselves, we're better to help others better themselves, you know. So I just want to encourage people and let you know, like, if you are going through the healing stage right now, healing will not be easy. It's not. It's painful. It is really painful. And just learn how to love on yourself. You just got to love on yourself, because this world is ugly, and this world will make us hate ourselves and feel like we're not pretty, no matter what shape, size, anyway, look, however you look, you are beautiful. I just want to tell you that you're beautiful, you're awesome, your voice matters, your opinion matters. And if you have people in your life that like brush you off and push you to the side, separate from them people, you know, separate from them and pray for them, because not everybody is going to understand you. Not everybody that you start with, you're going to finish with, and you have to learn to accept separation. Like, separation is not always bad. Sometimes you have to separate for you guys to grow apart, to where you could come back together and continue to, you know, progress together. But sometimes healing is, you have to be alone. You have to really be alone, and you have to be dedicated to it and put the work in. But I love you, YouTubers. You know, I just want you guys to stay up, and, you know, if you don't feel love, just know that I love you. And I'm not just saying it to say it. Like, I really love people, and I like to see people at their best and, you know, filled with joy, because I know the darkness. I know depression, you know. Like, I was diagnosed schizophrenic, and I'm not trying to claim that on myself, but all of what I was dealing with and all my baggage and everything was causing me to go to these mental stages. And I just really needed prayer and meditation and like healthy relationships in my life to help me get through. And I just hope that this video will encourage you to just not give up, like, you know, and just trust the process and know that you will get through this. Like, this is not the end. Like, I just want you to know that this is not the end. This is not the final step, like, in your life. Things will clear up and life will get better, you know. Love, peace, and joy, and happiness to you.